how many times will I be able to swing this lightsaber before this wither actually ends up dying? We're about to find out. What's up, Agent Zero here? Welcome back to another Minecraft add-on showcase. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Darth Vader add-on. Now this adds in a set of armor as well as a weapon that's related to Darth Vader. Well, it's his armor and his lightsaber. I think that much is fairly obvious, which is actually a really cool concept, all things considered. Now this add-on was created by a guy by the name of LIGHTSABER, I think is how it's pronounced, so huge props to that guy. So their information will be down in the description. However, he did not create every part of this add-on. He did not actually do the lightsabers. That was actually done by another person called SolveDev. He did the lightsabers. I think he ported SolveDev's lightsabers add-on into this. So yeah, if you guys want to check out my video on the actual lightsabers add-on by SolveDev, there will be a link down in the description for you to check that video out. Speaking of which, I looked this up the other day. That lightsaber add-on that I reviewed back in October is actually the second most viewed video on my channel at 4,600 views. So I do want to thank you guys so much for the amount of support you guys gave that video. That is actually incredible. I should have realized that people enjoyed Star Wars a ton. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this add-on. So here is all the stuff in this add-on. We have Darth Vader's helmet, chest plate, leggings, boots, and also his lightsaber. So here's how this armor works. So the helmet is actually a skeleton head. It's actually a skeleton skull that's doing the helmet. And the chest plate, leggings, and boots, these are all chainmail. And I really like the fact that they decide to use chainmail, because chainmail is probably one of the least used armor sets in the game, if I'm being completely honest, because you can't craft it. You actually have to get it off of mobs. But yeah, so I'm going to put this armor on, and before I put this helmet on, I want you guys to look around my inventory screen at my FOV once I put it on. Take a look. It just zoomed out. So I actually get a speed buff for having this armor on. I get, let's see, how much of a speed buff does this give me? It gives me a 0.03 increase in speed, which is not too bad. And also, take a look down at my hearts. I have an extra set of hearts. So I have 2 rows of hearts in total because of this armor. So as soon as I take any one of these armor pieces off, I automatically lose those bonuses. That's kind of fairly obvious as far as that's concerned, and I do not want to be in the chest. I want to be in my inventory. There you go. Now, that is not the only thing that this armor set actually ends up doing. It has 2 other effects. The first of which, I take absolutely no fall damage. How awesome is that? The second item of which this armor does, if I go ahead and stand right here, it's going to fire arrow after arrow at me, and look at that. I took no damage from those arrows whatsoever. So I'm immune to fall damage, and I am also immune to projectiles, which is actually really cool. I really like the fact that the armor does that. Now I actually want to test something, not specifically with the armor. I'm actually done with the armor at this point. I think that the armor is cool nonetheless. I'm actually done with the armor at this point. What I actually want to do is I want to test out this lightsaber, because over there I've got myself a big structure made out of bedrock. Inside this chest, you can obviously tell what I'm about to do. I've got soul sand and I've got wither skeleton skulls. So as soon as I go ahead and press this button, I am now in creative mode. I am now inside of the bedrock box. And I have night vision, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to see in here. This night vision is actually going to last quite a while, all things considered. So, let me go ahead and build this wither. I want to test. How many times will I be able to swing this lightsaber before this wither actually ends up dying? We're about to find out. So I'm going to obviously go ahead and let him spawn. And because this is bedrock, he cannot escape this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so with this lightsaber, he takes 8 hits, and this is, yeah, obviously you can tell he didn't drop another sword. That's because I have entity drops turned off, otherwise he would. So as you can tell, he took, what was it, 6, 8, I don't remember, I'd have to look back at the footage, but yeah, he doesn't take that much hits from this lightsaber before he dies. That is how insanely strong this lightsaber is. And I haven't even mentioned how much damage this lightsaber does by itself. This lightsaber on its own does 50 damage. So if I'm thinking about this correctly, each heart is 2, so that's 25 hearts of health taken away by this lightsaber alone. And this is without any enchantments on. Now you're probably, some of you might be wondering what weapon, what item in the game is being used for this lightsaber. Some of you might already know. This is actually using a diamond sword. Because you can tell it's a diamond sword because it says +7 attack damage. That's obviously not the case with this add-on. It's obvious, as I mentioned, it's doing 50 damage. I do not know enough about add-ons to know whether or not it's actually possible to change that little bit of text. I don't know enough about add-ons to know if that's possible, but that's literally the only indication that we have that it actually is, in fact, a diamond sword. Actually, let me go ahead and go into the creative inventory, and I will, in fact, show you guys probably believe me, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys anyway. So here are the swords. As you can tell, there's no diamond sword. There's only the lightsaber. That is actually really cool that they decided to take the strongest weapon in the game and turn it into the iconic weapon chosen by the Sith Lord himself. That is actually really cool. And I really like the fact that they're using a skull for the head rather than using an actual helmet, because then you know for a fact it's going to cover the entire face. I mean, I know with add-ons and resource packs it's possible to take regular armor and be able to change it so it covers the entire be able to cover the entire player's body. I know that much. I mean, obviously if I go ahead and put this armor back on, you can obviously tell it does just that. I don't think, actually now that I'm thinking about, armor actually does that to begin with. What am I saying? But yeah, that is actually really cool. I really like the way they put this add-on together. But you know what, with that out of the way, I think this is a good place to go ahead and end off the video. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, then make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCPU0 to stay updated. This has been Zeus. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I will see you guys later.